Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. I'm really sorry I couldn't see you directly to our online meeting this week, so let me just explain everything through this video. Okay, so continuing our previous discussions about narrative text, last week I gave you assignment to test your listening skill that you have to fill in the missing words from the text by listening to MP3 audio of the story The Chinese Year of the Ox. You still remember? Okay. Gladly, some of you have submitted your assignment, but unfortunately, the rest of you haven't. Is it too hard for you, or are you just being lazy? That's okay. And to those who have submitted the assignment, each of you will get an appreciation score and 3 points for each. Yay! Okay, so now are you curious about the right missing words of the story? Let's listen to the story again and let me tell you what they are. There are 20 missing words and let's see how many numbers you get it right. Okay? Be ready, guys!
The Chinese Year of the Ox, dedicated to Sophia and Jonathan in Canada. Hello, this is Jana, and I'm here with a story for the Chinese Year of the Ox, which starts on February 12, 2021. If you were born 12 years ago in 2009, the ox may well be your star sign. An ox is a large animal that looks like a bull, but he is generally patient, hard-working and easygoing. And people who are born in the year of the ox are said to be like that too. If you've heard our story, The Chinese Year of the Animals, you will know that the ox is the second animal in the Chinese zodiac. You may recall that all the animals took part in a swimming race to decide what order they should come in. The powerful ox was the strongest swimmer, and he kindly allowed the rat to ride on his back. But when he was close to the other side of the river, the sneaky rat jumped off the ox's back and arrived first. So how is it that humans are so fortunate as to have this strong and useful animal to help them grow food? This story gives you the answer. In the old days, the ox lived among the stars with the gods and worked as a messenger. If the Jade Emperor, who ruled heaven and earth, wanted to make an announcement to humankind, he would send the ox to deliver the message. Now one day the Emperor looked down at the earth and saw how miserable human beings were feeling because they did not have enough to eat. The gods, of course, had everything they wanted to eat and more, and it occurred to him that it would be nice if people could eat more often too. At least once every 3 days. In order to make things better for the humans, he decided to sprinkle the earth with more frequent rain so that the crops would grow faster. He thought to himself that when people learned about this kind gesture, they would love him even more. He summoned the ox to his throne room and commanded him to travel down to earth and announce the happy news. The ox bowed and went on his way. He flew down to earth and found a good position on top of a high hill where he could make his proclamation. Hear now, all you hungry people of the earth, he bellowed out in his deep and mellow voice. His Serene Majesty the Jade Lord, the Most High Emperor of the lands of pure happiness and majestic heavenly lights and ornaments, orders the people of the earth to work hard on the land each and every day. Put your backs into your work and do not laze or loaf around. In return for your hard work, he wishes to inform you that henceforth all humans will enjoy 3 good meals a day. Work hard, be happy, and never go hungry. Of course, when the people of the earth heard the Bull of Heaven announce this divine message, It filled their hearts with joy. They danced, sang and celebrated, sending their praises up to the heavens where the Jade Emperor sat and smiled on his throne. Well, that went down pretty well, the Emperor told himself. He summoned the ox to his throne to give him his thanks. Well done, ox, he said. It seems that people of the earth are delighted to be able to eat once every 3 days. It's not so hard to please them. I don't know why I didn't think of this plan before. And then the ox realized that he had made a mistake. "Oh, majestic lord," he said, bowing deeply, "I think I must have got in a teeny-weeny bit of a muddle. I think I told them that if they worked hard, they could eat 3 times a day. What?" exclaimed the Jade Lord, jumping to his feet. The bull knelt down even lower to the ground. "My lord, I have messed up. I'm so sorry. I will not do it again." "You bovine dimwit!" shouted the Emperor. And so saying, he grabbed the ox by his horns and flung him down from the heavens all the way to earth. The poor ox landed with a crash. And shattered his upper teeth, which is why to this day cows and oxen have no upper teeth, merely a hard leathery pad which they use to chomp on grass. Ever since that happened, the ox has been making up for his mistake. He has been patiently and good-naturedly pulling ploughs, water wheels and wagons. Humans have been blessed to have the good-natured ox help them farm the land and grow food. But as you now know, it was all because of a silly mistake when the ox muddled up a message from the Jade Emperor. And I'm delighted to dedicate this story to Sophia and Jonathan in Canada. They are 7 and 4 years old, and they love to listen to Story Nori in the car, and they've heard some of our stories many times over. And we are wishing their family a very happy New Year, especially as they tell us that their mum is Chinese. And to all our listeners, we wish you all a very happy Lunar New Year of the Ox. And if you do plan to celebrate Chinese New Year, and you should, there are some traditions that you should know about. Never cut your hair at Chinese New Year, because that could represent cutting your life short. Also, it's supposed to be particularly lucky to eat fish, but don't eat it all. Leave a bit on your plate so that you will always have more than you need in life. Wishing everyone a very prosperous and fortunate New Year. And if you would like to support Story Nori on Patreon, we're uploading some special content that is aimed at listeners who are slightly older, so that all your family can get the most out of Story Nori. Just go to patreon.com/Story Nori. For now, from me, Jana, at storynori.com, bye for now.
Okay, well done everyone. So, how is it? How many numbers did you get it right? Did you get all correct? Or just 18, 15, 10, 5? Or not at all? It's super fine. It's okay if you can't get all the answers right. Actually, this exercise aims to help you train your listening skill so you can improve your pronunciation better than before. But guys, do you realize there are colorful fonts on the text like red, blue, green? Do you wonder why did I put colors in them? Well, that's gonna be our next assignment. For now, let's discuss the vocabulary of the answers. Oke, kita mulai dari nomor 1. Ada kata patience, hardworking, and easygoing. Ini adalah kumpulan adjective atau kata sifat yang artinya sabar, patient, sabar, seperti patient rumah sakit ya, pasien. Tapi di sini sebagai adjective dia artinya sabar. Kalau sebagai noun, patient itu adalah seorang pasien. Tapi kalau misalkan dalam menjadi adjective atau kata sifat artinya sabar. Patient, sabar, hardworking, pekerja keras, and easygoing itu mudah bergaul. Next ada number 2, swimming race. Swimming race ini adalah kata benda atau noun yang bentuknya berupa sebuah frase atau noun phrase, frase kata benda, atau dalam bahasa Indonesia itu nama bakunya adalah frasa nomina yang artinya lomba renang. Race itu lomba, swimming renang. Kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia disebutkan dulu nih nama benda yang dimodifikasi. Bendanya itu adalah lomba, atau yang diterangkan itu adalah lomba. Yang menerangkan lomba adalah renang. Diterangkan menerangkan lomba renang. Kalau dalam bahasa Inggris enggak, lombanya di terakhir, renangnya yang sebagai menerangkan lombanya itu lomba apa ditaruhnya di depan, a swimming race atau lomba renang. Makanya ketika translate ya race dulu yang translate ke dalam bahasa Indonesia, lomba renang. Next number 3 ada the strongest. Ini adalah adjective phrase, sama seperti tadi ini ada adjective, frase adjektiva artinya terkuat. Ini adalah bentuk superlatif atau bentuk perbandingan yang menyatakan paling. Ada dari kata strong jadi stronger, strongest, strongest terkuat. Next number 4 ada work, artinya bekerja. Ini adalah kata kerja bentuk kedua dari kata work. Kamu sudah belajar minggu lalu about regular verbs, kata kerja yang perubahannya itu teratur, yang tinggal tambahin ed aja. Jadi dari kata work jadi worked. Ingat ya, worked. id-nya atau ed-nya itu silence. id-nya itu silence. Worked, bukannya work it, tapi worked. Okay? Next ada deliver. Nah, deliver ini kata kerja pertama yang artinya menyampaikan. Next ada did not have, number 6, yang artinya tidak punya. Ini adalah kalimat negatif dari kata kerja have dalam bentuk kata kerja kedua. Jadi did not have. Dari have jadi did not have. Next, number 7 ada could it. Could it ini adalah modal ya, modal past modal dari kata can menjadi could karena bentuknya kata kerja kedua. Kamu ingat, because narrative use simple past tense or the past tenses, so modalnya pun yang tadinya ini adalah auxiliary modal. Auxiliary modal itu kata bantu modalnya can dalam bentuk present diubah menjadi could dalam bentuk past ditambah dengan kata kerja pertama it. Could it artinya bisa makan. Number 8 ada thought to himself, artinya berasumsi karena dia berpikir ke dirinya sendiri, artinya berasumsi. Next number 9 ada summoned ini artinya memanggil. Next number 10 found, ini juga kata kerja kedua artinya menemukan. Okay, next number 11 ada the people of the earth yang diartikan sebagai manusia bumi. Nah, ini diartikannya tidak dibalik-balik, diartikan sesuai dengan urutan katanya karena dipisahkan oleh of. The people, manusia, of the earth, bumi. Beda lagi kalau misalkan disebutnya itu bukan the people of the earth tapi the earth people. Artinya sama. The people of the earth and earth people itu artinya sama-sama manusia bumi. Cuman kalau misalkan yang ini, yang the people of the earth, ini dipisahkan oleh kata of. Noun phrase-nya dipisahkan oleh kata of, oleh preposisi of. Tapi kalau misalkan the earth people, nah itu yang digabung, noun phrase-nya digabung, artinya sebagai adjective, people-nya sebagai noun atau kata bendanya. Nah itu baru yang ketika dia digabungkan menjadi the earth people, diterjemahkannya people itu baru earth-nya. People itu manusia, earth itu bumi. Jadi the earth people artinya manusia bumi. Jadi sama artinya dengan the people of the earth. Number 12 ada kata heard. Ini kata kerja kedua artinya mendengar. And then number 13 ini juga sama nih kata kerja kedua semua. Dance, sang, and celebrated. Dance itu menari, sang itu nyanyi, and celebrated merayakan. Celebrated. ID-nya jelas karena akhirnya T. Ingat ya, celebrate jadi celebrated. Dance jadi danced karena dia silence, dia bukan akhirannya itu silence dari kata dance jadi danced. ID-nya nggak terlalu dibaca, cuman desisan aja. Danced and sang. Nah kalau yang sangnya ini nih, ini kata kerja kedua yang bentuknya tidak beraturan karena berubah dari kata kerja pertamanya. Kalau yang dance sama celebrate itu kan tinggal tambahin ed aja. Danced jadi danced, celebrate jadi celebrated. Kalau yang sang ini yang berubah total dari kata kerja pertamanya. Ayo, kata kerja pertamanya apa? Next ada 14. Ini once every 2 days. Ini adalah artinya 3 hari sekali. Once itu sekali, every 3 days every 3 days, setiap 3 hari. Jadi kalau kita artikan ke dalam bahasa Indonesianya ya 3 hari sekali gitu ya. 3 harinya dulu, every 3 days-nya dulu, baru yang once-nya 3 hari sekali. Next, number 15 ada nail down. Nah, nail down ini K-nya nggak dibaca, jadi langsung ke N, L sama T-nya, nail, baca nail down. Oh ya, T-nya juga nggak tahu dibaca ya, jadi langsung nail down. Nail down artinya berlutut. Ini kata kerja kedua. Cari tahu kata kerja pertamanya apa, ayo. Next, number 15, once again, ini adalah kata kerja kedua, flung him down. Flung him down, melemparkan ia ke bawah. Nah, ini nomor 15 dan nomor 16, ini dua-duanya adalah kata kerja kedua yang tidak beraturan ya, karena dia bukan ada ed, nggak ada ed-nya, tapi dia tidak beraturan, hanya berubah total dari kata kerja paling pertamanya. Next, number 17, a message. Ini adalah kata benda. Message artinya pesan. Next, cutting your life short. Ini artinya memperpendek hidupmu. Ini adalah sebuah frase. Next, number 19, more than you need. Another phrase, juga frase kata juga, artinya lebih dari yang kau butuhkan. More, lebih dari yang kau butuhkan. More than, lebih dari. You need, yang kau butuhkan. The last number, prosperous and for today. Nah, ini adalah kata adjective. Lebih banyak yang kata adjective yang digunakan di sini. Kalau adjective, dia adalah kata kerja yang menjadi missing words. Prosperous artinya makmur, fortunate artinya beruntung. Okay, so how is it? Do you learn new vocabularies? I hope you are. Now let's move to the next discussions. This is the part 2 of exercise 1. There are 5 questions regarding to the story, 4 essays, and 1 multiple choice question. So, for answering question number 1 until number 4, you can use reading technique that you have learned when you studied recon text. What is it? Yes, namely skimming and scanning techniques. You still remember, right? Please don't forget about these techniques because you will always need it in your reading comprehension test. Ingat loh, kalian suatu saat akan menghadapi AKM yang gantiin UNBK itu loh. So, for now let's get to the explanation. Okay, here number 1 asking about what is being told in the text above. What technique can you use to answer this kind of question? Right, skimming. Skimming is used to find general idea, and what's being told question is asking about the general idea. That's why you need to use skimming to find the answer. But how do you do skimming? Now, for this case, to find the general idea of the whole text, you can read the first paragraph and the last paragraph. Now, quick read on those two. The first paragraph is called orientation, and the last paragraph is called reorientation. From these paragraphs, we can quickly get information about what's being told in the text. So, the answer for number 1 is, the text is told about the story of the ox, the messenger that modeled up a message from Jet Emperor. Well, since this is essay, your choice of words may be different, but this is the main point of the answer. Anything you write in your sentence, if your point is about it, then your answer is right. Okay, next to number 2. Number 2 and number 4, as you can see, the question starts with WH questions. What, why, and how. Number 2. What did the emperor do in order to make things better for humans? Number 3. Why did the emperor fling down the ox from heavens all the way to earth? Number 4. How has the ox been making up for his mistakes? All those questions are WH questions. And what kind of technique could be used to answer WH questions? Yes, right! Scanning! We can answer WH questions by scanning. So, before we scan the answers on the text, let's decide what would be our keywords. For number 2, what could be the keyword of the questions? What did the emperor do in order to make things better for humans? Think. What is it? Think about something specific mentioned in the questions for finding the keywords. Yes, very right. Things better for humans. Things better for humans is specific enough to be the keyword. So, let's start scanning and hunting the words things better for human on the text. Come on, Quickly, quickly, quickly. There it is. We found it on the third paragraph, line 1. Good job. So, the answer for number 1 is, to make things better for human, he decided to sprinkle the earth with more frequent rain so that the crops would grow faster. Easy, right? Okay, next. Number 3. Why did the emperor fling down the ox from heavens all the way to earth? What could be the keyword? Right, fling down. But since the question is in a past form, do you see the word did? So we need to turn the word fling into the past form too, or else we wouldn't find it on the text. The verb to fling is flung, so flung down will be our keyword. Now let's begin. Okay, so just so you know, usually a question like this is put in order, so we can just continue scanning down, we don't need to go up again. So let's continue scanning down from where we left. Flung down, flung down, flung down. There it is, on the second last paragraph. Let's read the full sentence. You will find him with, shouted the emperor, and so saying, he grabbed the ox by his horns and flung him down from the heavens all the way to earth. Okay, we still haven't found the answers on this sentence, because this sentence told the effect of what the ox had done. To find the answer of such questions, we need to read back the previous sentences to find the cows. Let's go back to a paragraph before the sentence. There, can you read it? And then the ox realized that he had made a mistake. Well, that could be our answer. So the answer for number 3 is because the ox had made a mistake. Well, you can explain what the mistake is, but if you just mention this, your answer is already right. Next, for number 4. How has the ox been making up for his mistake? What's the keyword? Nice! Making up. Scan for it now. Scan down. Making up. Oh, there. On the last paragraph, line 1. Ever since that happened, the ox has been making up for his mistakes. Okay, once again, we haven't found the answer yet, so continue reading. He has been patiently, good-naturedly pulling plough, water wheels, and wagons. That's it! So that's the background story of why ox have been helping humans on the farm. Interesting. So the answer for number 4 is, for making up his mistake, he has been patiently and good-naturedly pulling ploughs, water wheels, and wagons. Okay, last number. This is a multiple choice questions. He kindly allowed the rat to ride on his back, but when he was close to the other side of the river, the snaky rat jumped off the ox's back and arrived first. Paragraph 3, line 4 to 6. The bolded word snaky has the similar meaning with blah blah blah. Okay, this is a kind of vocabulary questions where you need to find the synonym of the word snaky. When you do an exercise like this, you can simply open up your own dictionary and let's say Google Translate, and you will find that the synonym or similar meaning of sneaky is D, sly. Well, there is a strategy to do the vocabulary questions on the test where you cannot open up your dictionary, but that's gonna be our discussions for the next week. So how many numbers you got it right this time? All correct? Yay! I know, right? It was easy peasy if you can use some techniques. Okay, now time for exercise. Open up your exercise 2 from PDF file I gave you 3 weeks ago. Here it is. This exercise is for you to complete this table of verb form and find the meaning in bahasa, and give your comment whether the verb is a strong verb or weak verb based on their conjugation. Well, conjugations is the variation of the verb. And please read the material from PowerPoint file I gave you 3 weeks ago too. And try to understand what is strong verb and weak verb. We will discuss it next week. Okay, that's it for now. Do you guys have any questions? Please comment down below if you do. Or else, I'll see you next week. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.